It's cold and flu season. Everyone's already starting to get sick. The days are shorter and darker. I'm going to just show you a few things today to help you keep yourself healthy, keep your immune system functioning, keep your lymph system flowing, and stay stronger through this season. In this new video, we're going to walk through together some manual techniques to do some lymph drainage massage on yourself, to do some acupressure point massage on yourself to support your immune system. Along with that, we're going to do some other things like dry skin brushing and some rebounding to help support your lymph flow and keep your immune system functioning optimally. Let's get started. So it's cold and flu season. The obvious things you need to do: working on your diet as we get into colder months, harder to eat as healthy, keeping your hydration up, maybe using some electrolytes, your vitamins, upping your vitamin D intake is optimal as we don't have much sun exposure these days. Working on your stress and your sleep, making sure you're getting enough sleep and not going to sleep too late and sleeping optimally. We're here today, we're not diagnosing or prescribing, we're just doing some stuff here to help you support yourself to be healthier through the cold and flu season. So you're taking care of all your nutritional needs, sleep and hydration. So what we're going to focus on today is for you to manually work on your body to help support your immune system. We're going to go head to toe. So like if you may be feeling like you're coming down with something, a sore throat, you have some congestion, the lymph system wants to move towards our heart. So we're going to do these movements with our hands, moving that lymph towards the heart. Then we're going to work on our thymus gland, which is right here at the top of our sternum, basically just below the notch here in our throat. Tapping on the thymus gland is going to stimulate the production of T cells, which function in our immune system to fight off invaders and work on our respiratory function. We're going to do some tapping here on the thymus gland.
We'll just kind of lead from this to kind of what you were supposed to do next after this. Okay, just another 20 seconds.
So here we're going to move on to the liver 4 point, which is here on our hand. So again, this is going to support liver function and the overall function of our immune system. And that'll finish off on clearing the head section and the upper part of our back and neck. So the next section, we're going to go into the midsection of us, or thorax. 90% of our lymph system is in our small intestine, so we're moving everything towards there, and we're going to work on some points on the stomach. So this will continue on as we're going to work moving this lymph towards our abdomen. So work through the rib cage. You can come sort of rake your fingers between the ribs. And then as our intestines run clockwise, exiting out this way, we want to start here on the bottom left and work our way up and across to open things up. You may find some spots that are more tender than others, so you can spend some more time working on them. Not trying to increase discomfort, but just working on those spots more. So we've opened up the ability for things to move, and now we want to move clockwise through the belly this way, so we can start pressing in Chinese medicine and acupressure. This is called the hara. And you say you might find some spots that feel tender or tighter. You can just sort of spend some more time there. You can also lightly just rub the abdomen once you've done that. Then I'm going to stand up and do some lower back and inguinal lymph node stuff. So starting from the low back and the spine, and just again raking your fingers down and towards your abdomen. And then we're going to come in to this area, inguinal lymph node area. So here you can massage towards your abdomen in this fashion, pressure. You can also just tap along that area. We have a number of lymph nodes in here. And then I'm going to sit down as we're going to work to the back of the knees. So just in the fleshy spot in the back of your knees, don't press too hard. It can be tender in there. And again, just pulling and working towards your abdomen. Then we're going to go to what's called the stomach 36 point. Easiest way to find it is put the palm of your hand on the top of your kneecap. Reach your fingers down, and where your ring finger lands, that's the spot right there. So both sides, and you just want to massage that spot. It's going to support your digestive system, your overall vitality, energy, and your immune system. You'll find just massaging this may just generally make you feel pretty good. From there, I like to massage the shins. You can start again at the top, kind of grip and pull towards you. either side of the shin bone. You'll feel the fleshy spots on either side, and then just work towards again, towards the abdomen. And then we're going to go down to liver 3, it's called. It's an acupuncture point here between the first and second toe. Just come up. You'll feel the indentation here. It's pretty natural to feel. It may be a bit tender. And then just massage that point. You can go back and forth. This is going to help again with elimination, helping your liver function, help reduce inflammation. Just work on that for a minute or so. And then we're going to move on to what's called gallbladder 43. So this is over here between your little pinky toe and your fourth toe. Again, just come up till you feel this indentation here. Again, it might be a bit tender. Again, this is going to help with elimination, stimulating your gallbladder and your immune system. If you have any low back pain, it's also a good spot for that. You can support your finger as well like this, one on top of the other. It's nice if your fingers get tired. And then we're going to move on to the bottom of the feet. So if you've ever had any reflexology done on your feet, you can do an overall treatment, nothing particular here. We're going to do one point in the bottom of the foot, kidney 1, but we'll do a general just massage ball. If you have a golf ball, one of these kind of balls, just to massage the bottom of the feet, that's going to hit a number of acupuncture points that will help stimulate your entire system essentially. So just take your ball and just roll it through the foot. Any of those spots that feel tender, you can spend some time working on those. You could even have one of those larger balls that has kind of spikes all over it. Those will be helpful as well. Get into some more specific areas. And we're going to do both feet. So if you've done one, just come over to the other foot and as I'm rolling it around, then I might just lift up to reposition the ball as it moves. And I'm going back and forth, and I'm kind of coming sideways along the foot as well to hit different areas of the foot. So once we've done the bottoms of both feet, we're going to go and we're going to do one specific point on the bottom of the foot called kidney 1. So I'll show you where that is. We're going to come here, basically coming up between, so the arch of the foot, these are called your metatarsals, the long bones from your toes, and right in the middle here, essentially the middle, right at the base of your toes, that's your kidney 1 point. So you could either do this with your hand. A bit easier for you if you want to just use the ball, seeing as how you have it down there. And then just find that spot, and you can anchor your heel into the ground and just put the pressure on that point. Kidney 1 is going to help with your kidneys, obviously, and overall promote vitality in your body, generalized energy. So that concludes our head to toe lymph drainage and acupressure point massage to stimulate your immune system and help drain your lymph. We're going to move on now to our next section. In this section, to support what we've already done, we're going to do some dry skin brushing. So you're going to get yourself one of these. You want a nice soft one, a shower brush. You can find one that's specifically called a dry skin brush. And you're going to use this on your bare skin, so you're going to not want to have your clothes on. I'll do this at times before I go in my dry sauna. I have an infrared sauna, or if I'm going to have an Epsom salts bath, I'll do some of this before I do that, or after I've done this routine. Sometimes again before that or before bed I'll do this. So we're going to start from our head, working towards our abdomen, and then from our legs, working our way towards our feet, but all the way towards our abdomen again. Why you want a nice soft brush? Because you're going to work on your face as well, the sinuses, to help drain them as we did with the massage. So and then again working towards the armpit where you have a collection of lymph nodes. And then working down the rib cage and the chest. So next you can stand up from here, come back to working on the abdomen. Again, working on the bottom left and working our way up and across and back down. And then going in clockwise circles. And from there we can work on the back the same way we did before. Again, working along the ribs, the low back, towards essentially the abdomen. You do a couple more passes on the abdomen. And then again, picturing you'll not have clothes on, so you're going to start working on these lymph nodes that are collected here again in your groin. All the time working towards your abdomen. And then I will work the entire leg on the front. Down to the foot. And the back, you can spend some time again here at the back of the knee. There's a collection of lymph nodes there. And then I'll usually conclude again with a couple passes on the abdomen. And that concludes this section. So in this section, we're going to do our final exercise. It's called rebounding. If you have a rebounder, which is the tiny trampoline, you don't need one of those. You can just use your feet. What's happening here is we've done all this movement of our lymph. We're trying to get it moving. As the lymph passes into our lymph nodes is where the toxins and the junk in our body is taken out. And so that's what we're trying to promote, is the flow of our lymph. Lymph is generally moved by our physical activity, our movement, our muscles contracting and everything, but we're doing these techniques to support that. So how the lymph moves back towards our heart and back up into our abdomen, there's little valves in our lymph vessels that are open like this and allow the fluid to pass up. And as they close this way, prevents the fluid from going back down. So in that way, the mechanical activity of movement keeps pushing the fluid upwards and towards our abdomen and our heart, where we're needing to get that fluid to. So by rebounding, we're using a mechanical force. As we bounce, it's going to force the fluid to go up. And when we go up and back down, then the little valve closes and the fluid gets forced to go up. And that's the process of rebounding or bouncing, as we're going to do. And that's going to support all the other movement we've done with our lymph fluid. So you may have a rebounder, which is a little trampoline. You may have a trampoline. You could use that. You could even go on your bed and do this, or on the floor, and you don't need to jump off. You just need to bounce like this. And you're just going to let everything go nice and loose. And you can bounce for 2 or 3 minutes. Just letting your knees and your ankles go nice and loose. And your shoulders bounce freely. As you do this, you may feel your sinuses start to drain. Maybe get some gurgling in your stomach. And then after a couple of minutes, you can slowly relax and enjoy feeling better. Add this into your daily routine, possibly 2-3 times a week. The more the better, and have a better chance of staying healthy through the cold and flu season. See you next time. So let me know in the comments how this has helped you, what you like the most, what you found most helpful. And please subscribe and share this with others so you can help me help other people, and we can all function and feel better together.